Welcome back to Kaulignation, your one-stop shop for all things Kaulig Racing, Dingernation, SVGNation, and more. I'm Sean. Thanks for joining us for this short little video here. And in this video, we're going to talk about Christian Eckes' weekend at Mexico City. And we're also going to talk about why we believe SVG is still in need of a crew chief change despite winning at Mexico City. Our multiple choice question for this video is, we'll start with SVG and we're going to end the video with SVG as well. Do you think SVG still needs a crew chief change despite winning this past weekend in Mexico City? Your options are yes, no, or it doesn't matter. Comment below and share your thoughts there. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share these videos. It helps us out a ton. Comment on the video multiple times. Engagement really helps us. So does clicking the thumbs up button. Big shout out to our channel sponsor, Lynn over at SVGNation on Facebook. She does a lot to support what we got going on here. SVGNation obviously is a subtitle now on the channel. And as you see, we have new channel colors. Hopefully everybody's appreciating that and the new graphics. We worked real hard on them. All right, so let's get into this. Look, we love Kaulig Racing. Kaulig Racing reinvigorated my passion for NASCAR, and I was burnt out for quite some time. I know Chris Rice might think that we're hard on them sometimes. Maybe he doesn't think that. Maybe he does. I've heard him reference this in a couple of interviews. Look, we call things like we see things. You know, I'm a tatted up guy who has tattoos on both of his arms, and they're not things that are just cool. They're things I'm passionate about, things I love. And I love Kaulig Racing. But he's been really hard on Christian Eckes. And I'm not saying there's not a place for that. I'm just not sure it was fully deserved. I think you've got to be able to give your drivers good equipment to make something out of. Not everyone's AJ Allmendinger and can, turn chicken shit into chicken salad. Pardon the term. Might piss some people off, but it's how I feel. And Christian Eckes does need to stay on the track more. He does need to get more finishes, maybe be a little less aggressive at times. But I don't think he's been given the credit that he deserves. We hear all the time about how Kaulig likes to look at the data in race. Well, look, from what I've seen when he's running, he's run a lot better than where his finishes have been. And maybe that's part of the problem. But this past weekend in Mexico City, Christian Eckes kicked it in the ass. He started all the way at the back, ran his way all the way up to the top 10, was running pretty consistently in the top 10. Probably was a top 10 car at best. Obviously, some wrecks to some other guys helped out. But like he challenged for the lead for a bit, ended up finishing fourth. Probably should have got third, but I guess everybody at one welcome doesn't necessarily treat the others with respect. Last time I checked, respect goes two ways, not one way. Sorry, not sorry. It's how we feel. But Christian Eckes deserves full flowers for his effort this weekend. He finished third at COTA. He finished fourth at Mexico City. He's clearly got a knack for this road course thing, which is great because, AJ's only got a few years left. Eckes has been fantastic. I love him. I love his attitude. I love his determination. And I think he's got a lot more to offer. So we'll see where that goes in the near future. But I think they can build off this weekend, and I hope they do. I still think they have a shot at the playoffs. Even though it's not a great one, I wouldn't rule it out yet. Moving on to SVG. Yes, SVG dominated Mexico City. It was a blast to see. Absolutely loved the effort that he put in there. Qualifies on the pole. Had the quickest 5-lap average in practice despite not being happy with the race car. And then was in a bit of a dogfight the first two stages. And then stage 3 happened. We got that last long run, 32 laps, and that was it. It was lights out. SVG put an ass kicking on the field. I wish AJ would have had a piece to get up there. I don't think he would have had anything for SVG in that last stage, but it's hard to run when your car's damaged at the front and the back. But SVG, just a truly impressive performance. In my opinion, maybe his most impressive performance yet in NASCAR. What was it, 18, almost 19-second win. But look, during that race, there were multiple bad calls that could have ended that race for for his team. There was a bad pit stop. It happens. But then the crew chief gets on the radio, not once, but twice, and basically tells him to back it down. And SVG fairly politely said, "Don't tell me to slow down." And this isn't the first time they've gone at it on the radio this year. And I think there's been some bad calls that have taken SVG out of some races. In my opinion, it's time. Like, yeah, I know they won a race there. I think it's crew chief Steven Duran, but like SVG put that team on his back and carried them to victory this past weekend, no thanks to the crew chief. And I do think, Durant should be on the hot seat. Is he? Probably not after a win. But I think the best thing for SVG's development is if he does get a new crew chief in quick order. And that's coming off a win. I still feel that way. Let us know in the comment section down below how you feel, if SVG should get a new crew chief, or if they won. So just stick with it. We would love to hear your thoughts there and hear your thoughts on Christian Eckes as well. Like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications to all. Check us out on social media, and we will see you in the next video.